I'm sorry, people. My audio was bad, and for some reason, my audio was bad. So I apologize. Didn't understand. For some reason, it did not come on, but I'm back, and I definitely wanted to clarify and make sure that everything that we're doing is giving you the best content that I can. My name is Ace Dinelli. Want to give shout outs to Kev Gills. Want to give shout outs to uh, all of my people out there that are repping blacks, that are repping society, that are repping all of those who are trying to do good. Um, I'm just giving you a little bit of insight on where we are as far as a people and where we want to go with our uh, freedom to power. Uh, I'm not even going to say a movement because a movement, you need a collective. You need to have people going and doing the same thing in order for that movement to be created, to be effective. So right now, us black people are stagnated in where we are. So I want to say we're trying to pull each one of us that are trying to make a difference up by the bootstraps, right? Um, People might disagree with some of my ideology or what I believe in and how I convey my messages over to people, but that's your choice. But I'm here now, and my topic for today is how do we take our ancestors' suffering and turn it into triumph? That's what I want to know. I'm asking the people out there, my listeners, the people that know me, that are followers, how do we turn our ancestors' pain, all of the things they struggled for, they fought for, how do we turn that into triumph to help us in the here and the now? We struggle and we fight and we go through so many different things in life, and we're not understanding how we're going to overcome these things because there's a lack of leaders. There's a lack of people trying to empower individuals. You can't empower somebody by putting some ratchetness on YouTube and saying, watch me and watch my views. It's hard to get people to follow along when you got, you know, all of these different distractions. It's hard. It's hard for you to have people have the same mindset as you do when you have somebody to the left or the right pulling them in that direction. Do what I say what I do, and that type of stuff. Um, I wanted to give something to the people that are subscribed to my channel, and I thank you for subscribing. I'm so grateful. Thank you for liking, sharing, whatever you've done. Um, Thank you. I haven't put no content, but this coming forward will be some things that you would like, some things that you'll be able to uh, reflect back on. I just wanted to say, now that we have arrived at this point in time, when Donald Trump uh, is the leader of the free world, now that we have all of his regime in place, what do we do now? How do we move forward with what we have and the cards that we've been dealt with? How do we take what we've learned in the past and seen done, all of the mistakes that carried on? How do we take that and apply that to the now? How do we take what we have experienced and know to be concrete and apply that to move forward now? These are questions that the average Joe on the street wants to know. These are questions that the average black person wants to know. Where do I go from here? Huh? Ace, they was asking me a question. Ace, what do I do from here? What do I do to move forward in life? That's what some people are asking. There are people out there hurting. They want to know, how do I move from this particular situation in my life and move forward to a better place or a better mindset? There's people asking that. So we're going to throw that out there. We're going to throw, how do you move forward from where you are to be into a better place? Some people say you got to do it mentally. Some people want to do it on the inside, physically. I mean, where do we go as a people when we're so stagnated? How do we overcome where we are as a people to be able to move forward in this life, man? How do we do it? How do we do it? Do we come together as a people and say we got to move forward, march forward, take by any means necessary, take it by force? Do we take the Malcolm X approach? Do we take the Martin Luther King approach? We gotta, get along to get along. What approach do we take in this life to try to better ourselves as human beings? What do we do? How do we move forward with our marching orders in spite of the adversity that we face, in spite of you have people who don't like you because you're black? How do we move forward with that mindset to say, I don't care what happens as long as my morals and my integrity is intact? Because you got to realize, people in the past, they had to do it. What ingredients did they have that we don't have in this generation right now? What did Harriet Tubman have that is not right, that is not in this generation right now? What are the things that they did that we're not doing that's supposed to be pushing us forward? Can there be any other distractions out there that's going to destroy us? Are we awoke enough? Are our eyes open enough to see what is really taking place? That's what we want to know. That's what we want to talk about. What is happening in this today's society that is stopping black people from moving forward? Everybody got their lane. Everybody got their niche. Everybody got their train that they're riding. I don't want to throw anybody out there, but you have people who talk about the black woman. They dog them out, talk them that they're no good and all of this different stuff. Okay, that's their lane. That's what they have found to be worth talking about, whether somebody's no good or not. What about, how can I help uplift that person rather than tear them down when they're already down? Let's talk about that. How do you uplift a person that's already down? I don't know if the approach of bashing them and calling them out their names to try to uplift them, I don't know if that's effective. I mean, yes, you might have people following in and listening to some of the things that are being said, but is that the case? Is that how you uplift somebody? Beat them when they're already down? I don't know. I'm not a psychologist, but I don't know if subscribing to that type of ideology is going to work. I don't know. But I do think, and I do know that with the right encouragement, the right uplifting, you can bring anybody out from some of the worst circumstances that they would ever have in this lifetime. So, me personally, I'm saying this. I'm trying to move forward, and I'm trying to give the people a way or another way to see things. That's what I'm trying to do. Trying to give you and give us other ways of seeing how to move forward. That's just what it is. How do we move forward? How do we get our marching papers and move forward? How do we take the simple things in life and apply it to be happy in life? Because there are people that are not happy. There are people that are walking around doing their 9 to 5 and they're not happy. Is it because they're doing things that they're not supposed to be doing? Are they doing, or in there in the, are they in a particular place in life that they don't want to be? How do you move forward in being in a place where you don't want to be? A lot of people don't want to be where they are. They're not happy where they are. So we are looking for other alternatives to make us happy. That's just what it is. How do we as a race, as Black people, how do we move forward with our marching papers to be better stewards over what we have in life? How do we do that? You got people that have been church hurt. You have people out there that have been set aside by religions because they're not up to the standards that these religions are telling you you should be at, or that you should be held to or subscribe to. How do you move forward as an individual to be the best character you can be in this society? How? I ask you people, I challenge you people, how do we as a race begin to move as a unit instead of being stagnated all over the place? We are so stagnated that it's crazy. You go on the internet and you see some of the ratchetest things you can ever see in your life that us people, that us melanated people do. Talk to me. How do you find the courage to say, I don't want to be involved in that. I don't want to be involved in what they're doing, because I think that would lower my standards as a human being. I think that would bring me down. I think my character is better than what is being displayed right now. It's hard to do, because all I see nowadays is how easily people can join the bandwagon of somebody else downfall, or how you can join the bandwagon of somebody else mishap or misfortune. I know you don't like it. You might not like this kind of talk. Might be too raw for you. Might cause you to look at yourself. But it's the truth. It's the truth if I ever spoke it. Here on Ace's Corner Talk, we want to talk about things that I'll have you talking about it the next day and the next day and thinking about your own self, instead of worrying about what your neighbor's doing or what the guy down the block doing. But how can I make myself a better person? How can I be a better steward over what has been given to me? See, yes, reality can be painted in any given way, any direction. It can be painted, and it also can be false. Things can be so false in your life that you're so out of touch with reality and how things are so real, but you just are not in touch with it. There's so many people preaching at you, preaching, be this, go this way, do that. But what is your heart saying to you? What is being spoken to you as an individual? When it's time for you to move forward, are you in the right mind frame to be able to move forward and grab somebody else that needs a hand and pull them forward with you? Are you in that mindset? Could you do it? Yes, I'm talking to all of y'all out there in La La Land. I used to be there. And to be truthful, I'm 1 minute, milliseconds away from being there if I lose focus. If I lose focus. If I allow people and allow things to take me out of focus, I will be there. I'll be another statistic. I'll be another YouTube watcher. Y'all be watching videos of me being destroyed instead of being elevated. Talk to me. Is that what we succumb to in this last and evil days? Is that what it is? How we subscribe to how we subscribe to all of the negative, but never have positive to say. Never have positive things that we're doing. Come on, talk to me. Is that what it is? I just wanted to say, It's more easier to get along, rather than saying, I'm going to be the lonely island, build my strength, and build like-minded people with me. This is Ace Corner Talk. I'm talking to you. I'm live and direct. I'm in your face. I know you don't like me. I know you don't like what I got to say. But if you're on this channel, you got to agree with some of the things I'm saying because it's truthful. Some of the people that have subscribed, they want to see what I got to say, whether it's relevant, whether it's going to hold any weight. But if I'm talking about the black community and the realms of this black community and what we are subscribed to as black people, it should be. You should be worried about what is in the inside of you and how you are portrayed. You should be worried about whether you're going to be able to succeed after the destruction of the black man and the black woman and the black family. Can't you see what they're trying to do? They're trying to destroy us as a race. They're trying to eliminate anything having to deal with black people. They're trying to do it. So how, as people, do we arise above that? How do we become stronger as people and have a better mindset in this last and evil day? How do we do it when you got so many distractions and so many people caught up on this on this movement? Now you got drug culture. That's the thing. You pop a Molly, you good. You pop a perk, you good. You getting your robo on, your robo high. I mean, come on. All of these different distractions, all of these things that capture your mind, all of these things that get you caught up so that you can lose focus and stay where you at. Yeah, I'm talking. Ace is talking right now. Yeah, turn that TV off. You need to hear this. I hope Empire's off. I hope all of those shows off. It's late now. I got your attention. Listen to what I got to say. Because you can go on YouTube and get all the garbage you want to. You can go listen to all of those conscious brothers that can tell you about Egypt, that can tell you about the motherlands, and tell you about all that other stuff. But what can they tell you about living and about how to survive? Not just knowing your history and knowing about black people, but how can they tell you, okay, how do you get over being molested? How do you get over, not being appreciated, not getting love when you was little? How do you get over those things? That's what we need to be talking about. Not talking about this crazy nonsense out there. Who got killed and who's doing the perks and who's caught up on it, who's not divorced and who's married. That's all distractions. It's all distractions to take you off of your course. How? How do we as people begin to get stronger, elevated, lifted? And still keep ourselves, keep our composure, keep who we are, keep respect. How do we do that? How do we do that, people? How? We get discussions and we get topics and we talk about things. These are the things that need to be brought up. We need to talk about these type of things because this is what ails the black community. I live in Baltimore, Maryland. Yes, it's crazy. It's insane when you got all these zombies walking around. You got young kids, man. They look like they're caught out there on space somewhere. I mean, it's just the craziest thing I ever seen in my life, man. I'm looking at 12 and 13-year-olds strung out on drugs. And that's a sad place for a young kid that should be thriving and living their life. That's just such a sad situation. It's sad when you got to see kids like that should be living their youth out and being productive in life, but they're succumb to the surroundings and people that have not been elevating and motivating them to move forward. It's a sad place to be in. How do we as people take accountability for what we do and how we train our kids? How, as we as people, take accountability to move forward with what we have in life? When that 13 and 12-year-old been out there molested and handed off to the next man and sleeping at this person's house and that person's house. How do we strengthen that young kid that's out there right now struggling? We people, we stuck on all of these things that the media and all of the people out there that want to see a race fold, we're subscribed to that stuff they're putting out there for us. We're like a sponge. We're absorbing all of that stuff, but we don't have the solutions, and we're not trying to find a way to be able to uplift out of that. Religion ain't going to do it for you. Don't subscribe to religion. Okay, if you're going to subscribe to a church, be a believer. Be somebody who's going to follow after the spirit, but not after the people, because they can lead you astray too. So no matter what you're subscribed to, no matter what origin you're subscribed to, subscribe to something that you believe in. Don't get caught up on the wave of, oh, I'm black conscious, and just learning about the moon and the stars and all of that other stuff. Let's learn about how we're going to move forward as a people and be effective, and how we're going to destroy those who are trying to destroy our race. The KKK is not losing any steam. They're trying to build up their ranks. They're coming after us. And they're using media and they're using politicians to destroy us as a people. They're getting momentum built up. I'm not sitting here trying to talk hate speech and trying to talk to rally you against white people. That's not what I'm trying to do, because I'm not that type of person. You can love people the way you love them. You can get along with people. I'm not trying to, that's not what I'm trying to do. So let me make myself clear. But I am concerned about the black race. And I am concerned about my people. I am concerned about families. That's what ACE is concerned about. Because I want to see people arise from where they are to be better in life. That's what I want to see. And my hopes with this channel is to promote positive things. Promote growth in your life. Me and you hand in hand, moving forward. You teaching the next person, me teaching the next person, me strengthening the next person so we can move forward. It has to start somewhere. There are YouTube channels out there that are crazy, full of all kind of nonsense. But I know one day you'll appreciate just little old me getting on here saying, you know what? You're better than what people have already predicted you to be. That you can be better at what you put your mind to. You can succeed at all things. I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life. I'm just trying to give you another option. And my option and in my way is, let's move forward. Let's get a positive build. Tell your brothers and sisters, let's get on this channel, chat back and forth. Let's come up with solutions on how to be stronger as a race. Not to be overtaken by the media and by all of the things that plague our communities as black people. How are we going to move forward? How are we going to take the enemy by force? Are you just trying to hide under the rocks until you feel like something's going to get better? It may not never get better. Looking at the situation now, how Donald Trump is in the I would never thought it would get that crazy and get worse as it is now. But who knows? It can get even worse than what it is now. Crazy as Donald Trump is, reality TV star, the president, and he's still on Snapchat and Twitter and all this other stuff more than he is involved in the presidency. That'll let you know right there what is taking control of this world. It's crazy. It's crazy. But we're here. We're here to get it in. We're here to bring these things up. What other people are scared to bring up. People are scared to venture out into these type of topics, talking about how can our ancestors and what they paved and the way they paved affect us now. How can we apply that now to be stronger people? Man, only if you knew the struggles that us black men go through, the struggles that we are faced with, the things we're plagued with, how we have to try to survive in a society that hate us, that hate our guts. Yeah, there's a few people that might want to join the movement that might not be black, but the majority of people do not want to see you succeed above them. That's a fact. They don't want to see you be better as a black man than them. They don't. Just because you can throw the ball, you can throw the rock, throw that pigskin, whatever you want to call it, does not mean that you're not classified and grouped and racially profiled, because you are. You're profiled just like the next man. You are profiled just like the next man. Don't matter how much money you got, how many people you can buy off, how much bottles you can pop. Doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, you're just another black man. And I'm telling you today, mount up. Mount up. Grab the bull by the horns. Move forward. Be somebody. Have some structure, some class about yourself. Get rid of the ratchetness. Get rid of the things that plague you as a human being. Come on. What do we got to do? I ain't speaking conscious. I'm speaking reality and facts. I'm speaking to the black race. Speaking to my people. Come on. Raise them kids. Show them how to do things. You know, they don't even take time anymore like they used to. Grandmothers used to take time. And come here, boy, let me show you how to roll this dough out. Come here, you want to lick the bowl while I'm making this cake? We used to have that back in the day. We used to have that structure where grandma, come on in here, let me show you how to do these things. We nowadays, we don't want to take time to show our kids the simple things that we might not think that it helps, but it does. I still remember when my grandmother used to come and say, lick that bowl right there. You want that bowl? And lick the icing in the bowl? I remember those things. Those are things that stayed with me. I remember my grandmother showing me how to corner cut the bed like the military people do. How to make that. Get out of that bed. It's 7 o'clock, boy. You got to get up. You can't lay in the bed all day. She used to do me like that when I stayed with her. How can we as people get back to nurturing our children and being better stewards over what we have in life? I'm not trying to be the next big star. I'm not trying to be the next big person. I just want to be a good steward over what God has given me in my life so that somebody else can be affected by what I have and what has been done in my life, to be a model, to say that, yes, it can be done. I'm not perfect. So don't say that, he's a perfect saint. No, I'm not by far. I have a lot of mistakes. But one thing I can say is I keep getting up and I keep moving forward. I keep striving to be a better person. That's what I do. And I'm calling out. I'm throwing this out there to all of my people, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's put aside the ratchetness. Let's put aside all of the nonsense. Let's be better people. Let's just say we're going to do it. The worst thing I heard somebody say is, I can't do something. I can't quit smoking. Well, somebody didn't put the cigarette in your mouth, so what you mean you can't do it? You can do it. You can quit smoking, or you can quit doing anything you want to do. Just got to let it go. Just got to let it go. So I'm here. I'm just giving you a little bit of talk. This is Ace Corner Talk. I want to bring you real content. I want to bring you something you can feel. I want to bring you reality. This might not be the best thing going on YouTube, but do believe you might get strengthened. You might catch something I say that might help you. And that's what we're here to do. I might have a couple of guests that can help enlighten our lives, whatever. But that's what we're here. We're here to build together, people. That's what we should be doing, building together as a race, moving forward. You know, that's what I want to do as a race. That's what I want to do. As a melanated brother, I want to move people forward. I want to see you shine. I want to see you gain. I want to see you build things. I want to see you overcome. And you can do it. You can do it. I was sick today, wasn't feeling well. But you know what? I said I want to get on and I want to be able to speak, put something on this line and speak to the people out there. Because who knows? I might not get to see everybody, might not get to see some of you people, but I can say this, that as long as I can see a view, as long as I know you're watching, maybe something I might say can affect you. Just might. Just might. As long as I know there's a view out there watching, that's a motivation for me to be able to try to speak into somebody's life to say, you can do it. You can make it. You can be a better person. Put aside the ratchetness. You don't have to clean yourself up to appease anybody. We're not trying to be like another race. We're trying to be who we can be, but be effective as a black race. We've been made our mark. We've been showed people what we can do and who we are in this life. All of the creations that black people have created, all of the inventions and all of the things we did. So I'm not saying that we need to reinvent something. We just need to, polish, and we need to take care of what we already have. Make ourselves better, think better, move better, speak better. Let's do it. We can do it. This is Ace Corner Talk. I'm talking to you. I'm just trying to get some feed out there and feel where the people are. Because I bet you if I was talking about some ratchet stuff, yeah, I bet I'll have 1,000 views. But you know what? Is that healthy for you? Is that going to help you move forward? Is that healthy? Is that something you need in your diet? If you want it, maybe later on down the line, I might throw it in there every now and then, something you can laugh at. But this is not all serious. We can laugh, we can chat back and forth, we can have a good time. But I just wanted to make sure that you can get a dose of the realities of life and know that I'm not the only one and you're not the only one that's going through. We are all going through at the same time. But how can we how can we digress as a people? How can we move forward as a people? How can we gain our foothold in this society and not be the ones they're laughing and pointing at, but be the ones that they look up to? Come on, talk to me. That's where we are. I thank you for those who have looked in on me. Thank you for those who have subscribed. Give a shout out, Kev Gills TV, Fraud Department. Give a shout out to all of my brothers out there trying to give some type of way for our people to be able to learn. Thank you for those who have positive platforms. We need that today. We need that in this society. So this is Ace Corner Talk. Peace. I'm out.